There's a new Cardi video?
Yeah, for Sky. But I know you don't listen to the album like that. You didn't really fuck with the album that much. But I was just wondering if you had seen the new video.
No, is it good?
It's okay for, I guess, current music videos. It's hard to make a good music video. I feel like it's hard to make a good music video or an original music video. Yeah. Not good, but an original one in 2021. Just because hip hop now has been out for, well over a decade. And
is he still doing like the...
He's essentially doing
a lot of cuts?
No, he's running through a supermarket and tearing up the supermarket. Him and his like...
it's a storyline?
No, it's just like the whole video is just them destroying a supermarket.
Fucking up the supermarket?
Yeah, just imagine. And there's some people in there shopping.
I kind of have a problem with that though, because I used to work at the supermarket and those people work mad hard.
Yeah, I mean,
don't be fucking up the supermarket.
I mean, I feel like they definitely.
I'm sure they paid. And replenished the shelves.
Yeah, or it could have even been a set.
I'm sure it was either a set or
they paid for it. They had, or it looked like it was legit.
Staged. It looked like rent it out.
It looked like it was a legit supermarket.
That's cool. But, I mean, by the sounds of it, the video's probably cool, but
it is cool.
Out of respect for the workers,
it encourages.
Don't be fucking up the
out of respect for the employees. We do not approve of this video. It is the EOD podcast, though.
End of the day.
And we back.
It's your boy Sid Supreme.
Hey.
Sin exclusive.
What's good? It's your boy T.
T Will exclusive.
And me, Kristen Elizabeth.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey.
And what is this? Week 120?
Something like that.
No, wait.
End of the day podcast.
Is it
113?
113. Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was in the 20s.
Yeah, we're not at that level yet.
Although I will say the weeks have been flying by.
Yeah.
This year's been flying by.
We're in Q2.
Yeah.
April.
4 months gone by. Yeah.
It's
incredible.
A lot of time is flying.
Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
To making it this far.
Oh, gang.
I don't know if you can see my pockets, but they have camo, so me and Sin are essentially matching right now.
We are matching. I got camo pants.
This was not planned though.
Camo. If you're listening right now and don't have any camouflage pants in your wardrobe, you need to fix that ASAP.
Yeah.
Everyone needs at least one pair of camouflage pants. You never know when it's gonna go down. You never know.
Shorts and long pants.
Yeah. You never know when shit's gonna pop off. So you need some camouflage. You just need some camouflage in here. I'm just gonna let everyone know that now.
That's the next attack on my wardrobe. I really want to find the right pants. Because I feel like there's so many different pants out there. And I just have some generic ass pants.
Man, no, I bought 2 pairs of the same jeans.
Sin, you got some dope pants.
Tailored. That's the key. You have to get everything tailored.
I mean,
or custom made.
I have that issue.
T Will exclusive.
I'm tall.
Kristen about to sew me some shit.
Where's the pants at?
These are Nike. These are Nike like SBs.
No, where are the ones you got made?
So the process of getting a pair of pants made is just taking a little longer and costs a little more than I originally expected because I just wanted to do a button fly instead of a zipper. Honestly, that's the only thing that's like making it that it's taking that much longer.
What kind of buttons?
It's not even that the buttons themselves are crazy. It's just the process of what you have to do to the pants to make it a button fly.
What is a button fly? Is it like buttons that like metal like in a stick
button fly? So the normal fly in a pair of pants, most people are used to the zipper. You zip it down, zip it up. Button fly is just like a t-shirt, but like
5 buttons.
Yeah, it was 4 buttons. There's 4 buttons. There's one at the top with the normal one, and then through the groin areas, 3 more buttons. And that process just ended up becoming a little more complicated than originally expected. I thought it would be super simple. Honestly, I thought it was just
I got a button machine. You just like put it in a button mode.
I don't understand maybe she's just got other shit going on.
I think she's trying to sell it. Like
no. I had the lady who made the actual pants. Those are done. Those are completed. The pants themselves are done. The only issue is that part of the pants isn't done because she was only able to do zipper, and I wanted button fly. So I have to go to someone else completely to get the button fly done. And when I originally got it done, I got it priced out, all that. leave the pants there, and then I come back, you know, however much time later. They were like, yo, we tried to reach you. I guess they couldn't reach my phone number. And essentially, long story short, they couldn't do it last time. And it cost more than what these niggas originally told me. So, like, I'm like, okay, all right, just do it. Get it done with. I'm, like, over it now. I just want the pants back, honestly. Completed and be able to wear them. So, yeah, hopefully soon I'll be able to.
You should wear them on the next pod.
I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I'm trying to get them this week. Trying to get them by this weekend.
What color are they?
They're just some light denim, but you know they're a specific type of fit. They have a bit of a design on them. So yeah, I
fuck with that.
I'm definitely trying to get them.
Love a custom.
Yeah, a little bit something for me, like by me. I think everyone should, you know, try at least attempt to, if you have that interest. If you don't mind buying like stuff made by other people, and you like you're like you like the way other people. Oh shit.
Nope. We potting, baby.
I thought that was thought that was someone calling. That we had like a guest caller of some sort.
Yeah, that's actually Alex. She's one of my friends who does like really dope music. I don't want to classify it, but she's in the realm of R&B, you know?
Yeah.
And she's got some good songs. So I've been working with her, like trying to get some footage and different content for her artistry.
Yeah.
It's cool because she's got a whole team. Like, and that's what's cool about kind of as you grow as an artist, you kind of build the team. She's got someone for PR. She's got someone to kind of help her creative director.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to link up with them and come up with some cool concepts, and then
because she's a newer artist.
Yeah, and ultimately it's a cool project for me because at the end of the day, that's kind of where I want to focus, is like artist and brand development.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Just kind of building the vision. So
apply your level of knowledge, the stuff you've dealt with, and and help someone grow, really.
Yeah, man. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to grow.
Yeah, and her music is so good.
And I think with artistry, like, it's really important because we need to help each other, ultimately.
Yeah.
Because there's enough for everybody. Everyone needs to realize that, and it's a collaborative thing, art, and ideas grow stronger when they're shared, I feel like.
I mean, I think one of the biggest misconceptions, and the reason why a lot of people don't work with other people. Yo, that cricket is loud as fuck.
Yeah, wait, I'm gonna close the window one time. Let me see if I can get up without fucking the mics up.
I think you're not gonna be able
to.
I feel like mine already sounds weird anyways.
Does it sound weird?
Because I'm rubbing.
No, you're good. Your mic sounds fine.
Is it like screaming in your ear though?
No. Is it screaming in yours? Can you turn her headphones down? Maybe your headphones are too loud.
No, my headphones aren't too loud.
Oh.
Just like usually when I move my mic, it rattles around and I can hear it in my head. I can't hear it in my head.
Oh, you don't have any sound?
I can hear it, but it's just not the same. Like
it's not the same volume.
Like you should be able to hear this in your ear.
I can hear it.
Oh, yeah, I can hear it as well.
Oh,
yeah, I think maybe it's just your volume.
Yeah, I don't know.
That cricket's loud as fuck, bro.
Yeah, hold on.
That nigga's going in.
Let me handle this guy.
What is he doing? What do crickets fucking do?
They rub their legs together and scream.
That's how they make that noise?
Yeah, I think so.
There's no way
a cricket. Fucking doctor.
Is that what a cricket's doing right now? Is rubbing his fucking legs together?
I'm like pretty sure.
I need to know that. Like, how the fuck do those crickets be making that noise? That nigga was loud as fuck.
From?
Yeah. God damn crickets. But no, I feel you, dude. The artist development shit is legit, and I mean, shit, I need help in that realm because I think as an artist, we have trouble marketing ourselves. We just know how to create the art. You know, that's someone else's job.
Selling yourself is kind of hard.
Yeah, like that's someone else's art. Essentially, I feel like it is like you creating a way to like sell this person. Yeah. You creating music videos for this person. You creating photo set. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff that visually you bring to the table. That's your art, and the person creates it, and it's just like those things come together. And they can make something special. So I do fuck with that same like idea. And then Kristen, you're starting something new this week.
Oh yeah, I'm starting my new job. Excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, except I did go to the beach over yesterday, and I definitely ate shit like 20 steps in. And
right when you got there.
And honestly, I blame these naked girls because they were out there naked, pretty much.
How naked?
Like a stripper's bathing suit that's like a shoulders and a thong.
Okay, so it's just like just covering the nipples.
Like not even covering the nipples, maybe. Like maybe she had a top on. I don't think so.
Got you.
Or no, I think she had the. But anyways, we were like, had just got there, and that was like right in our direct line of vision as we're walking out. And I was like, that girl's naked. And I fucking tripped on this little tiny rock sticking out. And I had a coffee in my hand and like shit in my other hand.
Yeah.
And I fucking fell.
Yeah.
No hands. Like I like still had my coffee.
Oh no.
Like just like fell on my knee and shit.
Oh, shit.
So today I went and got a good old x-ray. And he said that nothing was wrong, but he said if it keeps popping and like doing some other shit, like when my knee gives out, he said that's a wrap. He said you got to get an MRI. But he told me to go to ears, nose, and throat specialist. I was like, what?
Yeah, he's trolling.
I was like,
it sounds like he's trolling.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, that's what he said to me.
Some terrible fucking advice.
Yeah.
No, the last time I went to the freaking urgent care, the lady said, yeah, so there's nothing wrong with you, but, you know, I just like take some Tylenol. That's what she said.
Yeah, that's the advice. And
I had got hit by a car. And that was the advice she had. Like, that's all she said. I was like, damn.
Oh, that wasn't just this recent thing that happened.
No, that was the last time I went. But this time, he told me go to this person, whatever, took the x-ray. But it does pop and my knee does give it out. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it's meniscus tear. Who knows?
Shit.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Damn. So you got to start the new job like that.
Yeah, so it's a little, it's some of a little nervous.
She told me this, and then initially I was really concerned, and then I was just more so upset because I was like, damn, I just feel like if I was there, shit wouldn't have happened.
I mean, I definitely feel like I still would have fucking fell.
I would have just like maneuvered on some fucking superhero shit.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Got up.
I'm a trained professional.
I got up and I had sand all over me, and I was like, immediately I said, erase the evidence, erase the evidence. You started dusting it off, man.
At least it didn't get caught on video. That's the biggest thing.
Were you carrying a lot of stuff?
I had, no, I just had a towel. Oh, I had my towel and my shoes in my hand.
That's like 3 items and a coffee?
Yeah.
So the coffee was a dub.
Yeah, no, the coffee's still.
You saved the coffee?
Yeah, I drank the whole coffee. Great.
That's probably why you hurt yourself, is because you saved the coffee and not.
Yeah, for sure.
You should have just threw that shit.
For sure, I was in just like pure. No,
and caught yourself.
Like,
no. As soon as I started to fall, I just was so pissed off. I was just like,
what, on a mid-fall in the falling?
Like I was like a lot of emotions very fast because like 10 seconds later I was like hysterically laughing, but I was like mid-fall, like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's not,
like,
you're not hysterically laughing because it's funny. You're hysterically laughing to cover up that was fucking terrible.
Oh my god, I was ready to snap like a fucking branch, baby. It was crazy.
So that was like psycho laugh, like.
Oh my god.
That was
oh
like.
Oh my god. Fuck.
Laughing at the pain.
Yeah.
Damn. But
yo, your nails are fire, by the way.
Nails are fire. Nails by.
Nails by
Henry.
Yeah, he cost a pretty penny.
He's bred, so we can promote it because we're letting you know right now.
We live in luxury. Go see Henry at Designer Nail Studio.
Nails by Henry. So you're starting a new job, already injured, but you're excited.
Yes, I have.
All right, cool.
3 very busy days coming up.
And did you guys do anything for Easter?
We had a barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With the fam. Had my sister come through, my pops.
That's cool.
Kind of just had some barbecue.
Who was on the grill?
Pops.
Okay.
Pops is always on the grill.
Okay.
If we're having a barbecue, Pops is on the grill.
I don't know, T.
I can't argue that. I said, hey.
You look like you can man a grill.
I probably
Maybe
could.
it's the hat. I don't know if it's the beard or this is something. The broad shoulders. I don't know
it's
what
the broad shoulders and the beard combination.
Like I could just throw it down on.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can how an apron would look on you. Maybe that's how it is.
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie. I make some sandwiches for Kristen and myself. Do some like pastrami cuts and throw it on the grill with some grilled onions.
Pastrami super slept on.
Melt the cheese on top.
Yeah.
Yo, pastrami is good.
Super slept on.
Yeah. I don't know if it's good for you. Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably
I
not.
mean, like, most of those meats are considered carcinogenic.
I mean, they say everything kills you.
Yeah, facts.
Honestly.
Facts.
Like, is it even safe to drink water?
Not out of a plastic bottle. It supposedly makes you.
But that's
more,
like 90% of how I would consume
And then
water.
But you can just get glass bottles.
No, but
That's
I did
so
see
wasteful,
something where
bro.
you drinking too much water is bad for you.
That one person did die. Remember when they used to, like, in the mall, you could get in the car and stay in the car for like 3 days, and whoever stayed in the car.
The lady that drunk all the water.
And then she died.
Yeah, but that's dumb as fuck. She should have known better.
That's crazy.
She was. I forgot how much water she actually consumed, but you should know.
You could have drowned.
I wonder if they got sued for like killing
It's
her.
called hyponatremia. I'm probably saying that wrong. But if you drink too much water, your kidneys can't get rid of the excess water. The sodium content in your blood becomes diluted. And this is called and it can be life-threatening. So you can die from drinking too much water. So pretty much everything in the world can kill you.
Yeah. Except for weed.
I'm trying to figure out how much water.
Well, there's that disease that I'm hearing about.
Oh
That
my
stomach
God.
disease or whatever.
My one homegirl, every time she goes to the weed store, she used to, she would go and she'd be like, all right, I'm trying to overdose. And they would just laugh. Like, that's not funny, but it is, because you can't.
I can see them I can see them laughing at the dispensary to that. That sounds like something I would laugh at if I worked at a dispensary.
You did the wrong fucking place.
Yeah, you came to, I can help you try to, but you ain't gonna do it. You got something for us? Did you look at something up?
I mean, just what they're saying about this whole article is crazy.
Specifically, the articles, what is it about?
They're saying water intoxication or water poisoning is caused by hyponatremia.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't pronounce. I didn't know how to pronounce that word.
A potentially fatal condition when a person consumes a large quantity of water and their bodily fluids, become I can't read today. Wow. Become overly diluted, causing sodium levels to fall below normal. This can lead to brain swelling, seizures, coma, and severe cases, death. Just from drinking more water, like.
Yeah, that's wild.
But I don't know. It's not saying how much he drank in the competition, so I can't really.
It is wild. It's super wild.
And it's also like, was she hydrated before she went into the contest? You know, like if.
Is that what she died from?
It says she died from, she was trying to win a Wii. Hold your Wii for a Wii.
Damn, that sounds intense.
Wait, you
That's
had to hold your pee?
Yeah, I think so. What it says is...
I just assumed they were pissing in like a cup or something.
That sounds like it would fuck you up though long
During
term.
the contest, participants were initially handed 237 milliliter bottles of water to drink every 15 minutes. After people started dropping out to go to the toilet, the remaining competitors, who included Miss Strange, were reportedly given larger quantities to drink.
Crazy.
Water intoxication related deaths caused by intentional or forced overconsumption are rare. One of the most high profile cases happened in 2005 when a 21-year-old man, after a fraternity hazing event at California State University,
Dude,
Chico.
I hope that culture fucking dies soon enough.
No, it's been dead. It's been dead.
Yeah, they can't haze anymore.
It's just been dead.
That shit.
I feel like people still get away with shit.
They might get away with levels of hazing because I'm sure there's levels of it that are definitely like not really like. You know,
but
like
why
maybe
is that?
like maybe
why
like,
is that what you have to do to become into, like, to get into a fraternity? You have to do some fucking wild, like, just outlandish shit. I don't understand.
It's just
like,
levels
isn't it supposed to be like
it's levels of brotherhood that really don't make sense, but the way they kind of I think
their version of respect or of earning respect,
and it's something that everyone had. Like, you can agree if you grew up from a whole different background than me, and we're trying to be in the same gang or whatever, fraternity.
It's literally like some gang mentality, though.
Yeah.
Like,
It is.
That is like
Straight up.
getting jumped in.
It is. Only instead of
It's
jumping
like
you
more
in, they make you do some dumb shit.
embarrassing and harassing.
No, facts.
And traumatizing. I mean, it's all traumatizing.
But it's something I think they all feel like they can say we all went through. We all experienced that level of brotherhood, that level of
you either do it or you don't.
and you can't be a part of it if you don't, because we all had to do it.
Yeah.
So you got to do it type thing. I think that's why, but it doesn't really necessarily make it any better or make any sense to me. But I understand.
I just think fraternities are weird. Like the fact that you have to pay to be in it.
I mean, they get you connected after college. They get you like jobs and shit like that, because a lot of those dudes in the fraternity, they're coming from money.
I know
and shit.
people that were in fraternities that aren't really doing the best.
Hey, that's a lot of
That's
people
like
just.
the super elite ones. Like you're paying to be here so that when you go to school and you graduate and you try to get a job, everyone's gonna know everyone and be like, oh, just naturally, here's my homie. He's like probably a loser, but
You have to be a leader
He
in
was
the fraternity,
famous, or-
probably.
But also, I knew a
rich.
lot of people who just joined fraternities in college who just didn't have friends and they just wanted friends, and it was like an easy way
So
to make friends.
just paying for friends.
Essentially, yeah, being part
what if you
or
went
being
to
a part of a group.
fraternity and you just did not like anybody? You were like,
Then you would have figured that out before when you're pledging. You would figure that out like when you're trying to get into the fraternity.
or
Actually,
what if
don't
your
fuck
your
with
whole
any of you.
lineage has been a member of the same fraternity, so like it wasn't
Oof.
even an option.
So you just
and you're like, I
forced
just
into
have to
it?
do it because I'm sure that happens.
Yeah.
People love to do what their parents do. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I did not want to do hair for the longest time.
Mm.
So funny.
That's so. I mean, yeah. Like I never tried to, but I did go to their parties. I definitely party with them all the time, but I never tried to join it. But I saw like the house they lived in, like it. I can see why a guy who might not be the most like popular guy in college or the most, if you just want to join a group of dudes who kind of help you become social, I can understand why. Pay for it, yeah. If you got to pay for it, you got to pay for it, because I mean they had to pay their rent and all that shit. They had their bills, the fraternity themselves, to maintain. So it makes sense why they charge niggas. But yeah, I just didn't need that in college. I didn't need like a reason to be around those
The
guys.
people come to me.
College.
Yeah.
Do you think, I mean, ultimately, I think about college a lot. I will say I like college, and I feel like it taught me a lot. Yeah, I can't hate on it.
I can't.
Because I was going to say, like,
Is it worth the price?
do I think
No.
that I could have been where I am now without college? But I don't necessarily know, because I utilize my time in college. Like, I work for my campus. I wasn't in any groups, but I was in a program where I could literally rent out film equipment,
Yeah.
the photo studio, and use it for free. Like, that was the coolest plug throughout school. Like, I had a professional photo studio.
I had this little girl who's in high school, not even college, in high school, talking about she has access to a machine that can make weaves to make clothes.
That can
She
make
showed me
weave?
like weaves, like a sweater. You know how they have all those like blankets that has like all the pictures. So it's like that. And I was like, what? And she was like, showed me all these clothes that she made with it. I was like, you went? I was like, what do your parents do?
So the school she's going to is
My
crazy.
mom's a doctor.
So the school she's going to is crazy though.
Yeah, and it's in Venice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was like, whoa.
Because it would have to be a crazy school to have like equipment like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they pay a lot of money.
It would definitely have to be something crazy. But I know schools that I didn't necessarily go to a school that had crazy equipment. It was an alternative school. But like, I know schools that had like back home that had like, yeah, crazy equipment because they had crazy early photography programs, like high schools and shit like that. So it's probably gonna be more common as we get older. High schools just having crazy ass fucking equipment.
Yeah, honestly, I saw elementary school powered by Apple, so
That sounds crazy.
it does sound crazy.
Unsafe.
I mean, what are they getting though? Yeah, what's specifically?
You know what? Well, so today I was seeing that this man, he's a lawyer, and he was suing Apple because of the way that they treat people in third world countries, that where they like dig up their cobalt or whatever, and like there's like
Cobalt?
like whatever they use, I forget.
the materials they dig up in the ground
to make
iPhones and shit.
Yeah, and they're just saying that it's like really like it's
fucking up their land.
Yeah, and it's like child labor, like super young, and then they die in the mines, and like so he was suing them. So that's where I'm at today.
This is happening in other continents. You're saying they're digging for cobalt and they're using like child labor.
Yes.
They make cobalt Or they use
I'm pretty sure he said cobalt, but I'm drunk-ish. And also, if I was an idiot last week, I was apparently so drunk after this season.
Don't even apologize. Last week was amazing.
That was crazy.
An amazing episode.
Oh my God.
Hey, that shit was lit. Yeah. I love last week.
Yeah, last week was open.
I actually probably listened to, I would say, 80% of our episodes after I publish it, and I listen through even when I export. But
yeah, you got to check it out, because I got to see where I fucked up at when I'm talking to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're human beings. We learn how to improve.
I mean, so the vaccines are opening up the 19th for everyone, pretty much.
Yes.
Are you guys gonna go get?
I thought it was the 16th.
Oh yeah, maybe the 16th. I thought maybe the 16th or 19th. It's like a week from now, almost.
Am I gonna get my vaccine?
Now that it's just open for anyone, you ain't gonna be old.
We'd love to ask everybody this question right now.
So Kristen and I, she wants to.
Now that it's at this point, I guess, because I like prior to this, I can understand.
You got yours?
I got the first shot.
Yeah, I mean,
Kristen wants to go to Hawaii, and
did they require that?
Well, no, but
Not
I was
yet.
saying if we travel, like, would you get the vaccine? Or honestly, she wants to see her grandma. So I was like, all right, would you get the vaccine to go visit your grandma? And she was like, yeah, I would do it.
I'll take 3 of them, honestly. I wouldn't even care.
Give me all 3 vaccines.
It's fine.
Yo, what would happen if you took all 3
vaccines?
Oh my God, I love my grandma with my whole heart. I love her so much.
I mean, hey, did she get vaccinated?
Mm-hmm.
She is.
Yeah.
Okay, so grandma's vaccinated.
And I feel safe about it, which is like so fucked up, because obviously, like, anybody who's listens know I have so many fucking feelings about the vaccine, but like, shit, man, like, shit is scary and you don't ever know.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of at this point, if it was fucking people up, the amount of people would be fucking up would be hard to hide.
For me, the concern that I really still have above everything is like, just what are the long-term effects, like long-term effects.
To me, all right, this is what,
and that's like, no one has an answer. Like, they have 10 years.
But we're in it all together.
This is where I stand with the vaccine. I feel like if people are worried about being sick, they will get the vaccine. So for me, when people are telling me you should get the vaccine, the thoughts going through my head are, anyone that has the vaccine is worried about getting sick from COVID. They're protecting themselves. The vaccine is more or less to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And if you're worried about getting sick, you should take the vaccine. For me, my motive is different. My motive is, I'll take the vaccine if that means that I can get full access to the world again. Like, because if that's a thing where if you don't have the vaccine, you can't travel.
Yeah, you can't travel. Go to concerts.
Enter public areas, like, I'm like, damn, like, I'll get vaxxed because I don't want to be excluded from society.
Yeah.
But that's also like kind of pigeonholing anyone that doesn't want the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
And it puts me in a weird situation because for me, I'm like, yo, my immune system's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I got sick from COVID, I think I could handle that shit.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest.
That's me. I don't want to be insensitive to COVID because I know that shit hurts a lot of people, kills a lot of people. People have lost a lot of people they love. So I don't want to throw any disrespect on that. For me, what I'm saying is, personally for myself, I think my immune system, from what I've experienced from colds, I recover quickly. I think that I can handle COVID.
I don't think anyone can argue that.
And you're not 100% protected if you have the vaccine.
No, not at all.
Someone told me Pfizer's 100%, but I'm like, yo, 100%, but what about the variants? What about the new strands? That shit says that there's new variants like every couple weeks. So if there's all these new variants, am I protected from the variants?
That's what they tell you. They tell you it does. Well, they're saying one of the vaccines, I think the Johnson & Johnson one, they're saying is protects you more from the variants than the other two. But obviously it doesn't protect you just overall as much as the other two.
This is like 10 years from now, you see those commercials with the claims.
Did you receive the H1N1
Of course.
flu shot.
Of course.
You could file for a group claim
literally,
today.
You can't, because that's the thing with these vaccines is that nobody is held accountable.
Yeah, because there's
no
all new
liability.
shit. It's all new shit.
I feel like everyone's just taking it so that everyone can just feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's all it is. But like, is it really solving the problem? Can we solve the problem? Like,
But
we're gonna deal with COVID indefinitely.
But just like you're saying, so if everyone has why should I?
It's not gonna be one vaccine. The way I see it is, we're gonna get this shit yearly.
Every year.
Yeah.
I can
Every
see that being
year,
the case. I
there's
can see
gonna
that.
be
No,
a
I
new
can see
COVID
I can see
vaccine.
that.
But
I can see
like,
that.
if we choose not to have a vaccine and you choose that, like, what's the problem?
I think
Because we're not able to hit critical mass and like get herd immunity, but herd immunity would ultimately be like eradication.
I don't know what the problem is, honestly, other than the fact that you would still, I guess, you would still have to wear masks everywhere and all that stuff. If we're in a room full of vaccinated people,
The likelihood of people getting sick.
When I talked to the doctors and all that, they told me, regardless, if you're in a room full of vaccinated people, you don't have to wear a mask. So let's say we go to a party and vaccination's required to go to this party. You can go there knowing if everyone in here is actually vaccinated, you're good to not wear a mask.
But I just don't understand how that works, because what would be the difference of like if you guys all
I think
went
it's
and
more
didn't
so
wear
a safety, because if you're vaccinated, you can still carry COVID technically, like in your
just because you'll be safer
in your
'cause
respiratory.
you have bumpers.
So it's more so for like the individual that's coming in without a mask that isn't vaccinated. That's more so what the rule is for. I feel
just to protect the one person
no, it's probably not one person
or
though.
multiple people.
Yeah.
At this point, it's definitely not one person. They're ahead of schedule with vaccinations. That's why they opened it up to everyone, because right now, technically, it was still supposed to be at 65 and older and all the other criteria. But because it's ahead of schedule is why they were able to open it up. But yeah, exactly.
Ahead of schedule, or there's
what if
not
you
as many
just-
people.
No, it's ahead of
getting
schedule. The amount of people that Biden wanted to have vaccinated within his first 100 days in office, he's already surpassed that. He's looking to, by the time he hits 100 days in office, hit double it.
What about if you could choose to say like, okay, I sign off on any, if I get COVID and I die, it's my problem. Like, I entered a party. Like, why could that not be like the second option?
Because it's you could get it, not die, give it to someone else and kill them. That's the biggest thing about COVID. That's like why there's so much
They're
of
gonna
this.
fucking
Like,
start charging people on
it's just because
murder.
the level. It's
if
just
you
because
don't
of
get a vaccine, I bet.
the
I
level
could
of
see it.
responsibility it brings when you
Like
catch
STD.
it. Yeah,
Like
that's
if
what
you
I'm
give
saying.
somebody AIDS, like
That's-
can you go to jail for life, or what is the prison sentence?
You can go to jail. There was someone back home who was doing that. He had HIV and he was fucking girls without a rubber and shit.
Yo, that's fucked,
It's fucked
up. Whoa. Yeah, I feel like if you're doing that on a serial level, like
I believe that dude got life in prison.
For sure, that's
Yeah.
good. I also hate prison though.
dude, that's so dark. Whoa.
Yeah, I know. I mean, speaking of prison, I was telling you the story. There's these two girls. One was 13, one's 15. They order Uber Eats They order Uber Eats, try to rob the Uber driver for his car.
At 13 and 15?
They have a taser. They tased him and all that. He's like hanging out of the side of the car, trying to tell people to call the cops.
This is a video?
There's a video. And they peel off, get into a car accident.
Who's they? They're
Got
in their
him out
car?
of the car?
They peel off with the dude hanging on the side of the car.
They stole his car.
We're trying to. They peel off with him hanging on the side of the car.
He's
and
still in the driver's seat?
still like stand. You know how like if you were to open up your door and stand up with you in between the door and the car type shit.
So he's like halfway out of the car.
Yeah. When the way they crashed it, when the dude who was recording caught up with the car, because you just hear the crash mad loud because they peel off. When the dude catches up, the car is like flipped over.
What?
You can see the dude is like laying there, dead.
Oh my god.
They murdered him. And the two girls are just like getting helped out of the car by someone who thought they just got into a car crash. And the dude with the phone is like, no, they tried to steal the car. They tried to steal, da, da, da. And so now those girls both are in jail. And everybody's wondering what to do because they did murder someone. They, like, granted, I think it's like a manslaughter type charge where
they're so young. Their frontal lobes are far from being developed.
That's why when you say something like prison or jail, do you put them in jail? Do you put them in prison?
You put them in jail. You give them a second chance at the end of the day.
Or maybe not
second chance.
jail, but maybe there's some. I don't know if this.
I mean, like child jail, like severe
Homie's
child
gone.
jail.
I mean, but yeah, severe child jail.
I think there needs to be an assessment of like.
They are so
sanity.
young. There's so much life for them to live at this point.
It could go two different ways. They could go to jail, or they could go to like an insane asylum, or a place where they take care of people that kind of have lost their minds.
They need.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
definitely. Like they need mental help.
Prison reform has the word reform in it. Like it's supposed to make you. And like when you go there, technically, I guess it's supposed to make you a better person. You're supposed to reform and become a better person. That's
there's
not
no
the
meal.
case.
There's no meal good enough to need to steal it and fucking kill.
Facts. No, of course. I mean, what happened what transpired is very obvious. If you were to just be told that story, how when they tell you how old they are, you're like, that makes sense, because it doesn't make sense.
I feel like they are young. Like I went to child jail and I was only there for 2 weeks, and like I learned what I needed to learn out of it, you know?
Like,
I feel like if you killed somebody and you went to child jail for like 6 months, you'd be fucked up a little bit, but you would definitely institutionalized as a motherfucker, but you would definitely
there is
have had
no
time
way
to think about what you've done.
There's no way 6 months would be enough.
I mean, I'm not saying 6 months. Like God bless this man and his family. Like,
it would have to. That's the thing. But you put them in there for years, they're not gonna be the same. All right. Granted, they probably may already be fucked up because of what they did.
I think if like
but they're gonna be even more fucked up.
If the prison system worked in a more productive way,
it doesn't.
But if it did, let's imagine we're in a perfect world.
And when it does,
like this is.
I would say they would. If it did,
if you could have like mental health check-ins, like you literally have somebody working with you, like working through all the trauma that you've been through. Why are you feeling this way? Why are you acting out? Getting to the source and teaching them new ways of living.
How long are we talking?
I mean, like maybe like honestly in child jail, like I don't know, like people probably say 5 years, but I'd say like 3 max. 2 to 3 years.
So that's him hanging out of the car. Damn, and he died?
You seen how he's hanging out the car and how fast they peeled off?
Damn. So they flipped the whole car.
Yeah, they flipped the whole car.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
But they're just children. They're literally children.
If prison could actually reform you,
Jesus.
Let's say if you could actually go into prison and come out a better person, then I would say put him in prison for if we're in a perfect world and prison reforms you, I'd say 25 years. Like
some people come out of prison in a better space.
Yeah, but there's no way you're going in prison young and coming out in a better space. Look, you're just around a bunch of people who
literally everybody that I was in child jail with. I mean, like, one, I feel like she's always a superstar, but I feel like maybe life has been dealt a hard hand for everybody that I was there with.
Yeah, and you're around a bunch of other people who might not have the best outlook on life, or might not be the best to listen to for advice and things like that, because you're pretty much being raised around a bunch of other people who did crime. But it could work. I don't know. But once again, we're talking perfect world, maybe even a magic one, and prison does actually reform you when you go in. Let's say you're guaranteed to come out a better person than when you went in. If that was the case, I would say they should do life in prison, which is like minimum. Life is 25 years. Life is 25 years.
You think the children need to be in prison for life?
If this is, let's say you go into prison. Let's say, like, so once again, we're in a perfect world. Let's say when you go into prison, when you come out, you're guaranteed to be a better person. Guaranteed, you're reformed in whatever way.
How much better? No, like 5%.
100%.
You wouldn't. People can never change though.
No. Once again, we're talking perfect world. Let's say you could get everybody was really, when they went into prison, let's say everyone went into prison, they were sought after their education. They sought after being a better person. They sought after like changing their life. Truth. Right? The truth, whatever it is. Let's say everyone who went into prison when they got convicted of their crime, perfect world, they would come out a better person, regardless of how better. Like whether they're like crazy, came out. Yeah, no, they should serve. They took a life. They should serve life. Life is what, 20, 25 years. That's only, but that's not how prison is. If they were to get life in prison and serve 25 years, one, they would be able to get out and still be alive because they're so fucking young that they'd still be they'd be in their close, like late 30s or early 40s.
I don't know, because I think, okay, these girls are so young. What did they go through to make them react like this? Like, what is their life story? Like, at some point, like when they're so young, like I can't even think about a prison sentence.
To need to rob somebody for food.
So I've heard a couple of things. One thing they said is that, well, no, they were trying to rob him for his car. But one thing they said, and they had a taser. So they were trying to tase him, get him out of the car, rob him for his car. One thing they said is that a lot of adults get in the kid's head, convince them to do it, and will break them off with bread because they can't get tried as adults.
Yeah.
So they get them to do these crimes. And because the punishment is not as serious or severe, they get them to do it if they get, so in case they get caught. But
then you have kids doing it, so a lot of the time it goes wrong.
I mean, at least when it does go wrong, they don't know how to handle it. Because in that situation, obviously the dude was ready to fight back. Like, bounce. You've seen the video. There's mad people watching the situation before they even peel off. Like saying like, he's yelling at people like, yo, call the cops. Like, they're trying to steal my car. Like, so
so there's two sides to this. One is, why isn't anyone calling the cops? Or maybe someone did call the cops.
They were calling the cops. Apparently they were. That's what was happening. Someone was calling the cops, but
it's crazy to think though that
people they're so trash.
It would have been harder for this story to kind of come to truth or fruition if it weren't for this cell phone video.
Yeah.
Imagine if someone wasn't recording. Like, people hate on people recording on the phones all the time, but in this situation or instances like this, having that footage, like, this is essential to the story. Because you see it going down. Like, these girls were trying to steal this car. Like, that's, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy because for me, I'm thinking a long time ago, people were hating on people recording while shit's going down.
Yeah.
I mean, in a lot of instances, even the George Floyd shit, and that's going on right now. That's a trial going on right now.
Exactly. I mean, there was mad cops there. All you could do really in that situation was record because there was mad cops there. You couldn't really help George Floyd in that situation.
The only way they could have helped him is if they would have gotten arrested and caught a couple charges. And
or,
like also
or
maybe died themselves.
Hurt. Yeah, because ultimately cops are out of control, especially in that situation.
That situation specifically, for sure.
Aside from situations like that, like with the police involved, like murderous pigs, like any other situation, I'm acting up. Like I'm going to react. I'm going to do something. Like those people that didn't do shit when that Asian woman was getting beat, like fuck that.
Shit's wild.
I just could never stand by. Like I literally got punched in the face by my friend's boyfriend because I reacted. Like I could never.
Yeah,
I just can't imagine.
For people who don't know,
I'll get my ass beat with her. Like fuck that.
Full disclosure, this was before she was with me because I would have laid him out.
Yeah, that's definitely. He definitely had to handle with both of us because we were both like out of
what the fuck? If I seen that, what?
But for people who don't know, a woman was walking down the street in New York. A random dude started attacking her in front of this building that had doormen there, and the camera from the building caught the doorman. Not only did it catch the woman getting beat up, it caught the doorman not doing anything to help her. They did once he had left and she was like laying on the ground fucked up. They did call the cops and shit. But while he was doing it, while he was attacking her and shit, them niggas like closed the door on her. Low key.
That's crazy.
High key, actually.
That's some coward shit. I mean, ultimately.
And the guys just recently there was news that the guys just recently got fired. They were put on like leave, and then after investigating the situation, the doormen who were involved got fired for that.
The company probably had no choice.
They had no choice. They probably had no fucking choice, regardless of how they actually felt, because it was like a company with like a union. Yeah. So it's not like a company that like it's
Just
easy to
fires
just
people,
fire
yeah.
people. So
There's too much going on to where you have
they
to fire.
they had to.
Yeah.
High rise in New York, nice ass building. Like if I'm living in that building, I feel the type of way about walking in every day and seeing you're the doorman, and
A doorman should be security in a sense.
that's the issue where it gets kind of dicey in that regard as far as what's expected of you.
They
But-
need to update their job description.
No. It's not even that. I think everyone's main issue is that, yo, on just a human level, fuck what your job is, bro.
On a human being level.
No, for
You
sure.
should wanna
'cause
help that
ultimately,
person.
was there 2 doormen?
It was 2 doormen.
They could have handled that.
And these dudes would
Easily.
These dudes, I mean, it might be the camera or whatever. One of these dudes looked like they were pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. But one bit of info that people will bring up is a dude who attacked the Asian woman. This nigga should not have been on the street. He got released out of prison. He was locked up for, I believe he killed his mom. Look, he either killed or attempted to kill his mom, and he had mental issues. And
to want to kill your mom is crazy.
yeah, and so he should not have been on the street, like low key. He shouldn't have got released. There was a reason why, I can't remember in the story. There was a reason why he had gotten released, but he should not have gotten actually released. And that was one of the reasons why the doormen were saying they didn't help, was because they seen this nigga do something, and they don't. Once again, it's 2021. If I see a random dude attacking someone, before I go in to help, I wouldn't be surprised if the average person, it runs through their mind like, oh, does this person have a gun? Does this person have a knife? Is this person stronger than me? Is this any of my fucking business? Like all that shit. I'm not
100%, because you don't know what's going on and it's happening so fast.
It's happening super fast.
But at the end of the day, did they stand there? Did they call police?
They didn't even intervene. Like, yo, bro, what are you doing?
See, that's the thing. There needs to... One, they should be properly equipped to handle a situation like that.
Well, the reason they got let go was because they didn't
follow
protocol. They didn't follow protocol. So
that's fair.
So whatever, they didn't release what the actual protocol was, because that might be internal information handbook shit that you can't just release like that. But for them to say that's why you got let go means that obviously they should have done something.
Yeah.
They should have done. If that's why they got fired, it means they definitely should have done something. It's something in their handbook. So maybe
I just could never feel bad for somebody who's not going to help protect another human being.
That's
especially a man. Like
they gotta understand. There's no way they're upset about it. They have to understand. They themselves have to understand.
I hope they probably feel like shit. Right?
Yes,
rightfully
yes,
so.
100%.
I think
undoubtedly so.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Is they probably feel like shit. Mostly, not even because of. Honestly, I think they feel like shit. Not because of what actually happened, but because everyone got to see what they did. So damn, I fucked up. I fucked up. It's one thing if I fuck up, but then not only did I fuck up, everyone in the world gets to see my fuck up and judge me on my fuck up. Everybody fucks up. Everybody messes up. Those dudes are doormen. They might have not been built like that. It sucks that there are people out there like that who aren't built like that to be like, hey, what are you doing? Like stand up, that backbone. But
it's kind of crazy the amount of people that do not have a fucking backbone.
That literally, Kristen, you can go through life, and that could have been the first time that backbone's ever been tested. If you think about it, you never really had. Some people go through life without real conflict or any. Granted, these guys live in New York, so I doubt that. But they could have just skated through life, just like under the radar, very meek, quiet, no problems, nothing like that. And that's the first time your shit's ever really fucking tested. And you have to make a decision. It's fight or flight. And them niggas closed the door.
And they froze.
Them niggas closed the door.
I understand fight, flight, or freeze. Like, I get it. I understand. But if you should know at that point before you sign up to be a security guard.
Or know the protocol for the business, Ultimately, Sin was saying they didn't follow protocol, but if you are hired for a job, you should know what to do in an emergency. Or even on a human level, I couldn't imagine closing the fucking door. That sounds crazy.
I couldn't imagine even like and just investigating it like more. That woman was an older woman, a dude random. I just that was my big. They just acted like it wasn't even going on. That video was just weird to watch. It was weird. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And it was multiple of them. Like they didn't even try.
I would have went Super Saiyan. I would have just freaked out.
Yeah. At least I would like to hope. I in my heart of hearts, that's what I feel like I would do.
You know how you react. You know you would.
Yeah.
If you know you would, then you know you would. You know.
Yeah. So yeah, those two guys got fired. They did get let go. So shout out to that building for
This was in New York?
Yeah, it was in New York. So that's why that's the weirdest thing about it is that New York energy doesn't seem like it would allow something like that to happen. Like Dorman, like those dudes get tipped heavily. Granted, once again, this woman didn't live there or anything. She was just walking by the building and all that happened in front of the building. But like, I don't know. It just seems weird that this would happen in New York. Like, in that entire, I'm sure that building probably cost dumb bread to live in. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Honestly, prayers to anyone that just suffers from violence right now.
Yeah.
I feel like people are on edge, especially because of everyone's been locked down.
Up and they're fucking horny.
We're getting locked up and horny.
Facts.
I'm talking more so about violence. I mean,
it's violence. It's also sexual violence that happens. It's like a lot of people are just like pent up.
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
I
mean,
pent up aggression, man.
I mean, there's that, then there's the Derek Chauvin case going on, and a big deal that just happened that everyone's talking about is, I guess, because it seems like it's the first time it's ever happened, but the deputy, I guess, or the main head of
I did see that headline,
is saying like, everything. He's essentially saying this cop wasn't doing his job. It was doing his job incorrectly.
And he was murdering him.
He was murdering him. Which is realistically, I can't think of a time whenever a cop is like testified against, that blue wall of silence is very popular to say, as far as like cops usually don't talk. You can't get another cop to testify against a cop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's never the case.
In a sense, it's good that they're not covering for him.
Well,
but also people are saying, are they trying to cover their own ass?
Yeah,
because you don't want to support that.
You're never gonna know if it's a sincere situation, but all we can do is hope that he does go to jail and that some justice is served and
he should go to jail.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no. At this point, that's what everyone's saying now after seeing. I don't know. Is it the deputy or whatever, the nigga who runs the shit? After seeing that, a lot of people have been thinking more and more, because when the trial first started, a lot of people I was skeptical. I didn't think it was like he was gonna end up really doing any time. See. Yeah, but now that I see the boss talking like another cop like going against him, and the prosecutors using another cop to talk about him, it seems like they might end up burying him under the jail. But I just wonder, one, how much time he's actually gonna get. If he does get any time, I wonder how much he would get. But
it's a murder. He should get charged for. It's a murder charge.
Yeah.
Honestly, like,
and also I think a lot of it, they might be trying to would you say like what did you say, like a publicity type, or just like to look good because they fucked up, like, oh, we did the right thing, but I give us a gold badge. I think also a lot of it has to do with the fact that they don't want what happened after George Floyd was killed to happen again to America, when niggas was rioting. Because if Derek Chauvin gets off and he doesn't go to jail, he doesn't get found guilty, niggas will go crazy. Absolutely. Niggas will bug. It might not be as hard as when George Floyd was first killed. It'll be way harder. I could see it being harder, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't just because, things are a lot more open, and like people don't. They kind of like, they don't have as much time as they did. Yeah, exactly. Because that's why they turned out like got time today. Yeah, no one was doing anything at that point. But yeah, I think it might not be as crazy, but I could see it the America going through something similar as far as rioting or protest heavy, like. But I don't think my fingers crossed. I'm hoping he actually gets found guilty because
I think he will. I really do think that he will be found guilty.
Yeah. Did you see that thing that Bernie sent out, that tweet about Nike?
Saying if you would have spent $120 on a pair of shoes.
If you buy a pair of Air Force Ones, you spent more to Nike than they've spent in taxes, I think is what
Federal taxes?
Yeah. So he's trying to get them to fucking...
Tax the rich.
Yo, it's crazy that they don't. It's crazy how they do not tax the rich like that.
Yeah.
Or that the rich just has access to all these loopholes.
Because ultimately, the rich people hold the power. And if we distribute that power equally, then society is going to balance out. Like,
Republicans are never going to let us do that.
We're seeing a disappearance of the middle class right now. Like, it's either you're poor or you have money.
Extremely wealthy.
Like, the middle class is dwindling. And ultimately... I think if we tax...
my issue isn't even with that. My issue is with all the poor people on Instagram who are trying to make it seem like they got money. Like, no, nigga, you poor. With the rest of us. Take that fake ass chain off. Take those fucking... those fake ass kicks off.
That's the society that we live in. Like,
give back that rental, nigga.
Capitalism just pushes...
The fuck?
It's not... part of it's not even these people's fault. Like, they cannot help it that capitalism and just buying and buy, do...
It's horrible.
The next thing is just pushed down their throat constantly. Like, we are products of our environment. Like, part of me doesn't even... it's not even your fault, dog. You don't even know.
Yeah. I don't know.
You're just in the system. You're a pawn in the game.
Yeah. I like...
We gotta move like knights.
I understand.
Or the kings.
I understand where I understand the issues. I just don't know how to get it changed because in the end of the day, like you said, those are the ones with the power. They're going to continue to have the power. So the only way for them to not have the power is to not have our support. And a lot of these companies have our support.
And
I buy Nike all the time.
We vote with our dollar every single day, and we have to, all of us, start being more conscious about where we put our money.
That'd be the
But it's
only
also
real way.
kind of hard for the average consumer to know what companies are kind of
I want to make an app that has just like people that are doing good shit.
Thank you.
All right, edit.
Yeah, if you paid...
No, we gotta save that idea because, I mean, ultimately, I think that's really smart. Having something that's gonna tell the people what to kind of...
Yeah, how to organize.
Yeah, invest your money in.
Because I know there's a million places that are like black owned or like supports Black Lives Matter, like supports like XYZ, like pro feminism, like all these different things. So to just have like a huge like conglomerate of that would be super tight.
So he said if you paid $120 for a pair of Nike Air Force One shoes, you paid more to Nike than it paid in federal income taxes over the past 3 years. While it made $4.1 billion in profits, and Nike's co-founder Phil Knight became over $23 billion richer. Yes, we must tax the rich.
I love Bernie Sanders.
So he comes from an extreme standpoint.
So we pay more taxes on a pair of sneakers than Nike for the past 3 years?
$120.
If you paid $120 to Nike Air Force One shoes, you paid more to Nike than it paid in federal income taxes.
Is that real though?
Yeah,
I'm sure Bernie Sanders would not just be.
So they're essentially paying no taxes.
Yeah,
pretty much. They would have to be for this to be accurate.
These are my write-offs.
I would like to hear Nike's rebuttal to it. I wish they would. They wouldn't.
But if you made $4.1 billion in profit, that's not.
And you're not paying.
That's profit.
more than $30 in taxes.
Well, because my thing is if you had a company that, let's say Nike wasn't doing that, this is not a good look for Nike. Nike would have said something. You know what I'm saying? Like they would have did something.
I would need more than just a statement to believe something like that. I love Bernie, but I'm just like, yo, is there any support behind this statement?
I agree with you in the sense that, like, yo, who's fact checking this? Like, what are you talking about?
Where's Nike at? But
at the same time,
I trust Bernie Sanders. He's one of the few men.
I feel you.
You can't invest everything into one person's word. Like,
I just don't know. My issue is I don't know what Nike's doing, because they could totally be doing that. The same way we don't know if Bernie's telling the truth, we don't know if Nike's not actually doing, because it would make sense that Nike doesn't pay.
And then Nike could even lie.
I don't think they need to lie.
The way that we'll know, post the tax papers.
But Nike would never do that. But that's what I'm wondering how this nigga knows.
Right? Because is it public knowledge? Can we look that up? I don't think it should be, but
I don't know.
The Washington Post. Hold on. Entrepreneur. I don't know if the Washington Post is like that.
Washington Post is pretty credible.
So this is the thing. I even like trying to check my sources, but like, okay, like who said this? Like with a fact checker. And then I'm like, who the fuck owns the fact checker?
Well, ultimately, I think like articles that are published, they're typically checked by peers. I would hope.
But a lot of them are like, a lot of the fact checkers are like owned by companies that are like heavily invested in the Republican Party or in the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like you only have the truth and you say it like you're right, no matter what it is, whatever you believe in.
Yeah, I don't know. News is crazy.
I mean, see, even in the comments under the tweet, I see other people coming at him in the sense that, this guy brings up how many people Nike employs, how much Phil Knight last year spent in charity, which was $900 million.
That's pretty cool.
He employs 76,000. Nike employs 76,000.
See, that's the thing. It just seems like a really quick fact. Like
he says,
a Snapple
so
fact.
Here's a response. Nike employs 76,000 plus people. Phil Knight spent $900 million to charity last year. If you don't want to pay $120 in Air Forces, you don't have to. It's a capitalist market. Fair. Majority of federal taxes go to Medicare, aid, and Social Security, and all those are doing great, right? Hypocritical finger wagging at best.
But I don't really think that they are doing great.
No, it was a joke because they're not really doing great, but that's not necessarily.
Like
I see what he's saying. He's not. That's the government's problem, not Nike's problem. Like the government is bad at. They misspend their funds and.
So like even if he gave him like his portion,
exactly, they're gonna put that in the.
I mean, I get it, but it sucks that like we literally pay more than they do, and like yeah, you gave away money, but you gave away money so you didn't have to pay the government taxes. It's like, is that actually because you care, or was that because you needed it?
And what are the funds going to? What kind of?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, no, me personally. Well, hey, stop it, guys. Stop it. I'm gonna hold you guys.
It's a paper trail. It's a paper trail.
I'll stop it because I know for a fact if you guys have that kind of bread, you're not giving it to the government to fuck it up. Yes, you're gonna give it to the charities.
It just depends on what the charities are.
We don't know that. But once again, I'm sure. Granted, Phil Knight might not be picking the most inner city street wise people that are affecting my people's charities, but I'm sure he's probably picking some pretty solid charities.
I mean, for the most part,
I would like to hope at least.
I think
with the amount of black people he employs and signs to his brand and fuck with Nike,
and also the collabs that he does with the youth,
Yeah, no, of course. T, what you're saying is all like 1,000%. So I it's hard for me. Nike is hard for me because I know. Because of their cultural
outside of Nike, though.
Outside of Nike, we're talking about a lot of other brands that might be probably do the same thing.
Like Elon Musk.
See, or Elon Musk is different though, because he's like low key. He's kind of for just the people. He wants everyone to win. Low key.
What happened to that tunnel though? They just shut it down.
It wasn't. He's trying to build it in Texas, I think, because Cali wasn't fucking with it. They weren't supporting it.
Is it still open? Like
that was just a test to test the actual tram, not the. It's just a little. It's like a mile, I think, or 2 miles.
It's not the actual tunnel.
It is. It's essentially what's the word? A prototype of it.
I wonder if it's still like closed to the public, of course.
It is.
But I wonder if you just like remove some shit, if you could just drive through that.
Well, they did. He did it with Jay Leno.
I saw that, but like, what if you just drove through it again?
That I'm not sure of. I'm sure it's still active, but it's probably not useful. It's probably not doing anything. That tunnel
just go in a loop or something.
It was an ill idea. It's a great idea, but I mean, Cali wasn't fucking. We weren't fucking with it, so we didn't. We voted it. They put a stop to it. They did a vote and shit. I remember that. Yeah, what else is going on? So we got the film night.
Paul Pierce was wilding.
This nigga's bugging, dude. Did you see that? You know who Paul Pierce
I don't know
is?
who Paul Pierce is.
He's
an NBA player.
Former NBA player. Played for the Celtics. One of my favorite players of all time.
He's nice.
Got us a championship and everything. He was on an IG Live, and he had some, tasteful women with him. He was smoking what looked like a cigar that could have been filled with. They say it's
marijuana.
They say it's a blunt
cigarette.
But it looked like a cigar. But they say it's a blunt. I thought it was a cigar. And the tasteful women he was with just happened to be in bikinis that you could sleep in, or like that, or sexier bikinis.
Bikinis that you sleep in. Have you ever been in a bikini? That shit is weird material, and it's not.
All right, so it was like a lingerie. It was like lingerie. I just don't like the way they assume because a woman's rocking lingerie that she's instantly a stripper. Like just because she's wearing a thong, panties and top, like, oh, she's got to be a stripper. Like, why she got to be a stripper?
Yeah.
Like, but so essentially he was smoking a blunt. That's what everyone's saying, and he was getting massages from strippers on Instagram Live.
I mean, he definitely hopped on live and wilded out.
I think that's the biggest thing. Is like, nigga, why are you doing that? You're well over your 40s. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You're a champion. Niggas already assume that you live like this.
I mean, maybe he was just living like that, and
he was just living his best life. Honestly,
none of that is a problem. But as a person who works for Disney, you can't go on.
Oh, wait, he works for Disney?
Well, yeah, because he works for ESPN, and ESPN's owned by Disney.
What do you think? No cap?
So yeah,
that's cap.
So that's so the next.
You gotta know where you're at.
So literally like 2 days later, because I think it happened on a weekend. It happened, and then on Monday we heard that him and ESPN were parting ways. He didn't get fired. They're parting ways.
Yeah, I mean it's understandable because ultimately, like, you're in the public eye. You shouldn't be hopping on Instagram Live where the world can see you and have girls twerking in the back. And
I mean, you can. You're totally free to do that. I just don't think you could work for
Disney. Not when you're in a contract, though, with Disney.
I don't think you can work for Disney and get that off.
Exactly.
That's a little harder. But his response was him just laughing in the camera. Like, him just laughing at the camera. And I think he was already done with ESPN because he was
ready to go.
He seems crazy unfazed about it. Like, that was his response after the news broke. He
laughed.
He posted something in his Insta story, and it was just him just laughing. And that
because he made his money already.
That's good. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like
he just went out with a bang.
And then he gets his offer from Cam Soda, saying like, yo, if you want to do sports, talk about sports and have women like around you and shit, we'll pay you $250,000 an episode. I'm like, oh, okay.
Already after the bag.
I do think they were kind of just jumping on the hype train, trying to get some free publicity with the whole situation.
100%.
Because I don't think
it's still a bag though.
Well, it is, but he's a paid ass former NBA.
He's
player.
not trying to.
He doesn't need $250,000 from Cam Soda.
Yeah. He's a big bag.
Yeah, I'm sure he can get it from another sports channel who doesn't give a fuck about this shit. Because once again,
he's an adult.
And like, as far as like his opinion and his analyst side of him, people fucked with him for that. Like, he's a champion, played on the Boston Celtics for mad long, played with some of the best players, played against some of the best players in the NBA. Like, he's got probably crazy amounts of stories, like, and just good, like.
This could go on Clubhouse.
1,000%. I'm sure it already is. But it's just funny. So yeah, shout out to Paul Pierce. He's a real one. His nickname was The Truth in the NBA. So he definitely was the truth.
Spin the truth.
Yeah, for real.
Shout out
Paul. What else we got going on?
Yo, we watched Kong vs. Godzilla.
So what'd you guys think?
It was pretty good. It was all right.
I'm gonna say this. Because I figured out
with that movie.
I figured out your reaction before you watched it. Sin, you felt like the storyline was kind of bland.
Did I tell you what I did? How I watched it?
You fast forwarded.
Oh,
right?
okay, cool. All right.
For me,
Fast forward through how much?
Just to the fight scenes mostly.
Oh my god.
I mean, the storyline was very predictable, I will say.
Yeah, dude, they had this little Asian girl talking to a 500,000 pound.
Was she Asian? I feel like she was definitely mixed.
I thought she was just like a little Asian girl.
Pacific
Multicultural. For
Islander.
Yeah, she's like a little Asian girl. And she's just sign languaging with this fucking gorilla. This fucking skyscraper ass gorilla. She can talk to it.
My issue is, where did Godzilla, or not Godzilla, where did King Kong learn sign language?
I never knew that either. Like, they never showed that either.
From the little girl.
But when
he
did she
teach
have
her?
time to teach her?
I don't know.
Or when did she have time to teach her?
And were they in a full blown
I
relationship?
think he's just supposed to be. I think he's supposed to be just like super, like absorbed everything that she had to say. Like they're like telepathically connected, also along with sign language.
They did not give a
opinion.
fuck. They were putting this little Asian girl in danger.
Harm's way. They said, get out there
Way.
and fucking figure it out.
Talk to this gorilla, cause
Yo, you better talk to him.
Because in general, this movie might have had the most casualties I've seen in any movie.
Yo,
Other
when they
than-
were in the city fighting, they were fucking it up.
Dude.
You know, so many people died.
There had been so many casualties in that movie. Like, it was insane. Like, only thing I can think of more is maybe what was that movie? 2012 or no? Was it 2012?
We just started watching it last night.
We did start watching 2012.
Yeah, that's probably the most other casualty filled movie that I seen than this one, because they're like when they fought in the sea.
Oh my god.
And all those ships was getting destroyed.
And then in the city,
you know how big those ships are and how many people it takes to man one of those fucking big ass fucking ships.
So many.
Dude, Godzilla was just running through them ships, but like low key, I think they were just giving Godzilla like mad like extra sauce, because King Kong low key would, once he got that axe, he was fucking Godzilla up. Like,
yeah, that was my only thing. It was kind of cheesy. Like, you give the ape just an axe and he's good.
well, because Godzilla
wasn't even good.
Godzilla has a laser blast.
Let's keep it 100. Godzilla would fuck King Kong
Nah,
up. He was fucking him up.
He did.
He fucked him up the first round because they were in water. Okay, and I don't know why. Yo, that shit was like fucking me up in my head. They had King Kong
Underwater.
No. Even before, just to get to that fight scene.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. They put a gorilla in chains on a boat and bring him to the ocean. That shit was fucking with me.
I mean, what do you think zoos do?
That shit was fucking with me. When did they bring a gorilla in the water?
No,
He
I'm
was
saying.
fine with him drowning in his ass. That's what I'm saying. I think that he was just trying to be like, look, I'm not your enemy. Like, I didn't kill you then. I didn't kill you then. I could have whipped that ass. But
No,
I did not.
he didn't kill him in the beginning because they shut off all their motors and shit, and then Godzilla dipped out.
But do you think he wasn't smart enough to know if he could literally drill a hole through the whole earth to find his exact location? You think he's like, oh,
Yo, that was some shit. Did you see that, Sin?
Yeah.
Because you were fast forwarding. When he fucking shot fire down in the center of the earth.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
That shit was super hard.
My whole
Fight
thing
me.
was they kept bringing King Kong. This nigga's just trying to chill. He just looked like the whole movie, he was just trying to chill. And they kept bringing this nigga to the fights, bringing this nigga to the beef. Every time he looked like he would just sit down. He's like, oh shit, man.
I'm tired.
I'm tired, bro. I'm just trying to chill. At the end of the movie, homie had to electrocute this nigga to wake him up. He was just trying to sleep, bro. He wasn't even dead.
He was
trying to
dying.
die.
What are you talking about?
His heartbeat was slowing down.
He wasn't
He
even
was
dead.
hibernating.
But when they brought him back, he was smiling. He woke up and he saw that little girl. He's like, hey.
Cause he was asleep. This nigga was asleep. He was knocked. He was probably dreaming about her. He was like dreaming like they were like getting high and smoking fucking banana kush some type. And like
Monkey smoking banana kush is valid.
and they got to give him a shock to wake him up. Like that shit was great. Like just leave King Kong alone. This nigga's just trying to chill. Like that's what it looked like he was trying to do the whole movie. Yeah, Godzilla was fucking shit up for whatever reason.
Cause Godzilla was on some different shit. He was
on
like,
some
yo,
different shit.
they're making a robot me, but
That robot version of him was 10 times better.
they fucked him up though.
I hated how they made King Kong put his shoulder back into place. Like, that shit was... Like, at the end, when he woke back up...
And he pushed it on the building?
Like, nigga, that was the most human thing. Like, when do you see a...
He's smart, bro.
How did he...
Why are you hating?
Nigga,
they say we evolved from apes, bro. That's what they're getting at. They're saying,
shut up.
Yo, he's smart. That's what the whole thing is.
He used a building to hit his shoulder back into place, nigga. That was
That's
the
a good
most...
idea.
Yeah, right. No, I'm not saying... Literally, in any action fighting movie, you're going to see the main character do that shit. Like any old school movie.
It was just like on some human shit.
That's what I'm saying. That was literally like that was the most human. Yeah, you're seeing it. You're playing it in your head right now, and you're like, yo, that was a dude. That was a grown ass man in a costume right there. Like he's looking at his shoulder like, oh, and it hits it against the building to knock it back into place. That's.
My shoulder hurts right now.
I can't see a gorilla really thinking like, "Oh, word, this is a good idea."
Okay, but again, he's like a ginormous, and he came from Middle Earth. So this is like.
And he knows, and this nigga somehow learned sign language. I don't know where the fuck he learned sign language from.
Probably just telepathic.
Did you guys see this Khloe Kardashian photo?
Of course.
I mean,
yeah, I did see it.
Shit. Yeah.
I have a lot of opinions on just the whole situation that's happened. Less about what she looks like. I could give a fuck less. But I just feel like for the listeners that don't know, Khloe Kardashian was... her grandmother took a photo of her, posted it.
Oh, was that who took the photo?
Yes. MJ is going to get kicked out of the fam. Sorry, Granny.
Oh, that's who took the photo.
Wait, they're going to kick the grandma out because she took the photo?
They're not going to really
just
kick the
saying
grandma out.
that.
She just didn't realize because I'm sure they probably... I don't think they lied to the grandma. I'm sure they're probably as honest as they can with her.
So I know somebody who's taken photos with Kim Kardashian, and the way it works is the photos have to be submitted to her management, her PR, whoever. They say yes or no. And then from there, if the photo gets accepted, then you can post it. And if not, you can't post it. And that's just how it goes. And anybody that's
Those are like
knows
candid photos you take with her. Not like if she's walking down the street and I take a selfie with her.
Like at an event or something.
Yeah.
Or like, or whatever. But you're not, that's how it rolls. Like, you don't fucking post photos of us that are not unedited or we choose what it is. And that's it. And I think that sucks because, like, as a woman, like, I grew up seeing, like, Eurocentric beauty standards of, like, super thin women that were, like, unobtainable for a lot of people. And now we have Khloe Kardashian, who is a victim to it as well, but also she, like, perpetuates it. So, like, she wants this photo taken down, or now she's just, like, embarrassed and, like, a human being. And, like, I get all of the things. Like, people have a lot of nasty things to say. But it's, like, at the same time, as much as I feel bad, like, oh, sorry, you didn't get to edit your photo. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're further pushing this unrealistic beauty standard that even Kim Kardashian, or these 4 people, however many of them, that have actually had surgery. You've already had surgery to be more perfect. And then here you are still editing your photos, telling society that perfect is not even perfect. So, like, our beauty standards are just not... Before, they were just skinny, and that was realistic for some people. But now, like, even with surgery, you still have to edit?
Yeah, I mean...
I would say she looked good in both photos, though.
Exactly.
That's the craziest thing.
But the thing is, if you look at the photos, her waist is much thinner, edited much thinner than she looked from the same day, and it's like...
She definitely looks snatched in the edited photo.
She looks fucking good. Like, if she could just, like, own her shit and just, like, be herself, like, encourage that. Like, take accountability for the platform that you have. Like, I understand she didn't sign up to be a role model, but... I feel bad for her from a human standpoint of, like, being humiliated. Like, that's horrible. But she also, too, like, has to know she's part of the problem.
That's why Lizzo's so cool. Because I feel like she doesn't give a fuck. No, she just keeps it natural, keeps it G.
But, I mean, at this point, we all know it's just entertainment. It's not real.
Yeah, like, selling sex is on a different level.
It's on a different level. Because we're adults with our...
I mean, I feel like at this point, I understand, but even at this, I guess it's hard to say.
For kids,
it's not okay.
It's the parents' responsibility to explain that to them.
I do think it is. Granted, you're not going to have every parent who's going to be responsible enough to explain it to their children.
Or even no.
But that's what it is. That's
But
just what it is.
I mean, at this point,
That's why I think it's at some point their responsibility.
I do take it for granted, but I feel like it's even levels. It's getting to, because this isn't the first time we've seen this. It's getting to levels of common knowledge to know that this isn't real. Like, this isn't the first time we've seen something of this magnitude to the point to know, like, people who do that over there, it's not real. It's not. They haven't been real. They haven't, that shit that comes out of that, not even just their camp, the Kardashian camp, anyone who's on that same type of time, we know it's not real. When we see the asses, when we see the tits, when we see the lips, all that shit, we know at this point in this day and our age, like, I feel like it's getting to levels of common knowledge where we know when you see it, when it comes across your screen on your gram, you know she had a BBL. Mm-hmm. She got lip implant. We make jokes about it. It's like levels of common. So I understand her being sauced that the photo came out. And granted that, yeah, sorry, Granny, you got to take the L for this one. But, like, I feel like everyone else was like, we know. Like, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, but again, you're an adult with your frontal lobe fully developed. Like, she is being...
Those lobes, even though they're not being developed in the best manner, I feel like there's certain levels of that lobe that can understand certain shit.
I just don't think I would have had any concept. I mean, I guess also the whole entire culture is different, where there is people also saying, like, hey, this is like, there's other options. Mm-hmm. You know, so, like, that's different than it ever was. That's
bigger than this ever was.
But I mean, body modification is at an all-time high that it's ever been. So, like, there is a change happening, and, like, you know, that is the new norm, is to have a body modification as a woman.
And I think that aspect of it is why I feel like it's more known that shit is fake, is because girls are getting body modifications so much younger, so they know this shit's not real, because they don't look like that. When they look around, they don't see anyone who looks like that unless they had a body mod. So they know, like, yo, you can't just have a waist and an ass like that. You can't have legs and an ass like that. You can't have an upper body and a chest like that. You weren't born to have lips like that. Like, your nose mathematically does not make sense the way it's shaped like that. You know, like, it seems like it's getting, because they're getting the work done so much younger. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Wait, isn't plastic surgery, the whole point of it, though, is to make you more symmetrical?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's to be born symmetrical is, like,
more rare.
Yeah.
But when then you go and get, like, a perfect little nose job, like, completely different, like, whatever, to each his own, but, like, I don't know.
I feel so bad for people like Michael Jackson and who's the other person?
Yeah, you become, like, a super victim to it all, and you can't even, like, love yourself.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
Because I feel like ultimately changing your body.
I do wonder what Mike would look like right now.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of it comes from a lot of self-hatred. Like, it might be like, oh, I love myself, I want to do this for myself, I deserve it. But it's also because you hate yourself, that's why you're changing it.
Well, it's also he grew up in that time where, you know, blacks weren't necessarily accepted in society.
No, of course. He went through it.
He's going with a whole other psychological shit that I could never understand, for sure.
He went through it.
I watched like they have a video of him where they show him doing interviews at different ages in his life. And it's just kind of crazy to see the evolution of who he became with the whole skin bleaching and plastic surgery. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just sad because, you know, you see an innocent kid turn into someone who's just kind of, like, lost and confused.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he just didn't have people around him that cared about him enough.
Yeah. I don't even know.
It's hard to say, though.
Yeah. That's a hard one.
The family went through a lot of shit.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like they went through it all to become who they were. And so it's like you got to look back on it, like, was it worth it? You know, to get out of, you know, we never had to worry about our bills again. We're rich forever. But, you know, we lost our brother. Family's just not connected probably the way we want to be, you know, like, all because, you know, we wanted to make it in this industry, you know. So it's a weird space. Kind
of the concept of, like, selling your soul.
Yeah, I didn't want to go that deep
But that's essentially what it is.
I know that's what it gets. That's the main thing it gets like associated with is like, oh, you sell your soul. Like,
separating soul from any type of religious standpoint, just in the sense of your spirit or your life, like
just
having your close people around you.
I guess the most basic non-related way to that way is like an anime, Full Metal Alchemist, equivalent exchange. So if you want to make something, you gotta give something, and whatever you make, if it's that big of a thing, you gotta give something that's just as big, equal to. So yeah, you want to make it in this industry, and you want to be rich and have everything. It's gonna take a lot. There's no way it's not. There's no way it's gonna just come easy, Like, so it would make sense that you could tie it to a soul as much as like how much you get the world. You never literally have to worry about finances ever again. People know your name everywhere. Like that, just that level.
Yeah, but
it's like freedom at a cost.
Exactly.
To lose your happiness, like,
well, that's what it comes down to. Like, what is happiness? It's different for everyone. Mm-hmm. But that's what you would end up having to ask yourself is what is your happiness? Having
to pretend to be something that I'm not for the rest of my life sounds like I would be unhappy.
Yeah. Some people don't mind doing that.
I couldn't. I gotta keep it real on some real shit.
Some people can.
T-Will exclusive.
Yeah, I feel you. Some people can live through that, and as long as they're living that lifestyle that they think they want to live, So
yeah, man. But honestly, rest in peace to the great Mike.
Of course. Do y'all guys watch Bad Trip finally?
Yeah,
we did watch Bad Trip.
What do you think of that?
Sin, I gotta say, at first I was really like, what the fuck is this? But then I took a step back and I even I had to pause it and do research and see like, yo, is this actually real? And the scenes are real.
Totally legit.
So
he must have been getting like Fivers. You know what Fivers are? They're like, it's like that app that's similar to like, this is like Uber Eats, but only for like random tasks. So it's like Uber Eats or Uber for random tasks. So let's say you wanted
to get him to come over and do the plumbing.
Let's say you wanted to get someone to you needed a plumber, you needed someone to wash your dishes.
Or you're talking about like for the mechanic or the
not even the mechanic, because that was probably a legit mechanic he probably pulled into, or like
a car wash
that he.
But
set
when
up.
The guy comes in the house,
but when a dude comes in the house and all that stuff, it's like an app you use. It's called Fiverr, and because it started out like just paying people $5 to do whatever, but like
that's cool.
Yeah, you could pay. Obviously, you could change whatever you want the payment wise, but. It's like a Yellow Pages for on your phone,
right?
And so because that's what it looks like. The people who were like washing the dishes and shit like that when he ran through the crib and stuff. Like everyone who like he was getting, they looked like they were just randomly like hired to be there.
Honestly, bro, it's the most genius idea I've ever.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's fucking genius.
Yeah, I like watching the reveals at the end.
That was my favorite was the fucking gorilla cage.
I hated that one the most. That would be your favorite.
Yo,
sick bastard.
That shit was wild. Like getting the gorilla. Like, can you imagine if you was there? I would have probably been like, I mean, luckily he had like a good crowd that like probably like believed everything, because I probably would have been like this.
That shit is not.
Yeah,
I would have known immediately.
Yo, there's no way it's that human.
I'd have been like, there's no way I'd have been like, yo, there's no way this nigga's sucking the gorilla's dick. Because remember when he went back and he made him.
That was crazy.
That whole scene was fucking wild. He's like, what'd he say? I forgot my phone.
Yeah, he ran back in there. Yeah.
So stupid.
Literally the stupidest movie, but so good.
The white chicks part at the end was my favorite.
It was amazing.
Oh man,
that was the absolute best.
I'm not gonna lie, Sin, it was a good laugh.
It was.
We needed it.
Nah, Eric Andre's that dude. I fuck with him heavy.
Yeah, it was a good show.
So it was good to see that, and I hope he, I hope he can do something else with Netflix that I can watch on that streaming service for pretty much free. I mean, it's not free, but it's pretty cheap. They need some more content, low key.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, we
need more content in general.
Yeah, well, I mean,
because AI is taking over, so we gotta create some art.
Facts. So Bad Trip, King Kong, Chloe, Kodak Black fucking up again. Or not even. No. He didn't. That's not. I mean, he's wilding for what he was trying to do, but that apparently the story that's getting told is totally different. He wasn't shot at the venue. The security guards from the venue got shot, not his security guard. He was fine. No one on the team was hurt.
But they were coming after him.
They were not. It was something that happened at. See, where it happened at was across the street from where Kodak was. He went to this like concert venue thing, and then across the street was a McDonald's. He went to the McDonald's across the street. They were recording the video that we saw. They were recording him across the street at the McDonald's, but the shots happened at the venue across the street, and from the McDonald's. And one of the venue's security guard got hit, not one of Kodak Black's. But because Kodak was there,
people just associate.
How else are they going to sell the story? Well, also because Kodak was there, his name got put on a police report. So when they look at all the media's socials and all those look at the police report, they see Kodak's name. They see a dude got shot. They're running with that story. So go figure.
Well, I mean, so I guess he's kind of still staying out of trouble. It's not really his fault.
I just hope he doesn't misuse this presidential pardon, because low key, I don't care how it makes Trump look. You're fucking it up for anyone else who could potentially get a presidential pardon in the future.
Right.
Specifically rappers, I mean. Because if they think you got out and didn't change and made shit better, then they're going to not fuck
It's a bad example.
Exactly.
I agree with that 100%.
So that's my only thing is like, presidential pardon, you got it fairly easy, it looked like, but you can't take advantage. Those shits aren't easy to get.
At all.
No fucking way. It's the president.
Especially for a rapper.
Yeah. 1,000. You see what fucking Wayne had to do. He had to take a photo with Trump.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He had to say a whole bunch.
Oh, you nasty ass motherfuckers out there. All you nasty ass pervs in these goddamn streets. Couldn't wait for fucking Catch Me Outside girl to turn 18 to fucking sign up for her OnlyFans, you nasty fucks.
Yeah.
Just because she turned 18 doesn't mean you ain't nasty.
That's a dark story.
That means you was looking at her before she was 18. You was just sitting
excited, ready to push
literally count down like it was New Year's, you nasty fucks. You disgusting.
Hopefully nobody that's listening to this is actually one of those people.
No, if you are, why? Because
you can stop listening. If
you are, you're a nasty fuck. I don't care about it. Yo, fuck that shit. That shit is like, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't know. And
the whole situation's fucked up.
Yo, she literally went from Dr. Phil.
The fame that she got from Dr. Phil is
ridiculous, bro. It's insane. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Why everybody is fascinated with her.
Well, because she did something with it. She took that viral moment and she rode the wave and she made music and people liked that. She was just like acting out. Yeah, but
I don't think any of her music reflects her getting $1 million off of OnlyFans in a couple hours. I think just dudes just looking at her and being horny for her.
I thought you meant like from the beginning, like how did she get fans?
No. I can understand the viral moment.
That's literally just fans. Like perversion. People just like predatory.
Yeah, waiting. I can understand the viral moment giving you fans. Like that's not crazy to me. But the music didn't bring the fans in like that. It was more or less her selling her sex.
Yeah. Even as a minor.
Yeah, it was so weird. I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
I agree with that. That was my biggest thing that I wasn't even going to speak on. But I just felt like she was always selling sex even as a minor.
I feel like when I used to follow Bad Baby because I like thought she was like this funny thing. And I never seen her as like sexual ever. Like I never seen her. She always had like clothes on, like had shorts. Her body was never really showing.
Nah, she was. I seen some inappropriate shit for sure that other motherfuckers would repost. Like how she would like wear like tanks and shit. Yeah, nah, that's not cool.
Even that video she did to was it like a Kodak beat or something? Do you remember that?
Yeah, or Kodak was in a song or something like that.
Something like
that. No, she definitely wasn't selling.
It wasn't G-rated.
It wasn't G-rated. She wasn't. It wasn't no Kid Bop rap. no fucking. Nah, it wasn't anything like that. That's just why. Like, I don't know what's her. I
just see how the youth dresses, and I know that she's not in anything like crazy. I mean, technically, she couldn't wear that to school because as a girl, you were not allowed to wear like spaghetti straps or shorts that were below your.
That sounds wild to me right now. What you're just saying, spaghetti straps.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, that's what I seen her in was like spaghetti straps, and like she just happened to have a body like
that's
her breast developed younger.
That's what I'm saying. You're not seeing sex, but some creepy ass nigga in the middle of America is, like, because you're not seeing her like that. You're not looking at her like that.
It's crazy, man.
I don't know. I guess I just don't feel like I don't feel like she's wrong for how she dressed.
Not that I don't think it's anything wrong. If you're underage, I think there's a problem with that, because that's almost levels of entrapment, like selling sex. Selling sex is, you shouldn't be allowed to sell sex underage.
I didn't want to end the podcast on this.
No, that's not.
Especially not on Bad Barbie. Or
Bad
Baby.
Bad Barbie.
What's her name?
Bad Baby.
It's not Bad Barbie?
No, Bad Baby.
That was Bad Barbie.
Listen, if you have time, go listen to Mama Don't Worry by Bad Baby. That's the song.
Wait, there is a Bad Baby.
That's her name. She is.
I thought it was Bad Barbie.
No.
Bad Baby. All right, whatever. Fuck it.
That's a better name. You should.
We shouldn't give her this much shine. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Kristen.
Okay, yeah, that's selling sex.
She posted that shit. There's no way. And her being under.
What is it?
Yeah, that's crazy. There's this girl that I follow.
Yeah, what? And how long ago was that?
That was last year. That was
Yep.
May last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an interesting concept because I mean I don't know. As a woman, I just know that we are more closely concerned with how we dress, and like men can walk around with their shirts off and like they don't get judgments. Or like post a photo like at the beach, like, but a girl does it and she's like maybe standing a certain way, and it's
because
like
that's the way
aren't really.
Yeah, that's the way sex works. Women control the entry. Women control the entry into sex. Regardless of how much.
That's not always true. Have you ever heard of rape?
No, I'm talking about actual. That's rape. That's not sex. Women control the entry into sex, hands down. So guys can do whatever. In the end of the day, if she doesn't want to have sex with you, she doesn't have to have sex with you. What you're talking about rape, yeah, I can see like a creepy ass motherfucker trying to do something because he finds a girl who's underage dressed in a certain way. Like, yeah, force it. I mean, and that's just the extreme. But in the end of the day, like, yeah, the reason why dudes are not allowed to, but no one looks at them that way is because it doesn't matter. In the end of the day, they don't control the entry into sex. Women do. Like,
I just also feel like that's a society thing that you're saying that like men are not as sexualized because they're not like a woman, but like in other parts of the world, they think that we're weird that we sexualize human anatomy and like breasts that like give life to children. They think that's weird that we sexualize it. So it's all just like it's. I
mean, they could. I don't see this.
It's definitely a societal thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, what's wrong with...
Because they have nude beaches where people just walk around butt ass.
Yeah, and they're like, whatever, we're just human beings. This is
or
anatomy.
nudist societies.
Yeah.
Where people just walk around naked and they're like, yo.
But these are also countries that have like a king and queen. So,
Dog,
I'm sorry.
you can go to a nudist society in America.
Yeah, there's a nudist society in America. But as far as like other countries, I'm saying like those other countries, they can hate on that aspect, but I'm sure there's probably way more fucked up shit over there in those other countries. So like that's why it's just like there's always going to be like a give and take as in that regard. But
I feel you on the not being able to sell sex when you're young. Like there should be like a limit.
Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to do
100%.
That's kind of weird. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, especially if you're making money off it, which I'm sure she was.
I mean, she might have been. I don't know. $1 million
off of Instagram with. She has what 17 million followers.
Yeah,
she's for sure making money, bro.
But $1 million in a couple hours, I think she broke the record for that much money in that amount of time. I think it was the other girl, the other actress, whatever her name was.
That is wild. Any other personal shit, or how do we want to end this out? Do we have any messages to the people?
I'm ready to get this bread. I'm ready to work hard.
Oh,
Heal
new
my
job.
leg.
Who this?
Yeah, thank ya.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh, we had the. You guys probably didn't. Did your dad watch the verses, the old school verses?
Oh, the Isley brothers versus Temptations.
No, it was the Isley Brothers versus
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You didn't watch it? Oh.
No.
Yeah, it was on
It's 4 hours apparently. I need to watch it.
Easter. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I watched a few hours of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Was it a vibe?
Yes, it was cool. It was cool. It was a cool vibe. I couldn't hate on it. Even though I didn't know all the songs. I know a decent amount of songs. But even for me,
I'm gonna listen to that tomorrow.
My music history, and my parents, what they listened to, there was definitely a lot of songs that I heard. I was like, oh, okay, that was definitely my dad's songs and my mom's favorite songs.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was quite a few tunes on there I did not know, I had never heard before. But it was cool to see everybody there. It was Easter Sunday. Steve Harvey's mad funny in his suit and shit like that. So shout out to verses. I mean, the next one's on 420 actually is Redman versus Method Man, so I can't wait for that shit.
That will be pretty good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good time. So I'm excited for that one.
I need to start tapping in with verses.
Yeah, they're good.
It's on Apple.
No, it's on Triller, the app Triller, and then on Instagram, on their Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Triller, do you pay for it?
Nah, it's free.
Okay.
It's like TikTok only.
Oh, I remember Triller.
Yeah,
Damn.
I know, right?
I haven't even peeped that out.
All these apps out here, all these fucking apps, these motherfucking apps. When you gonna make an app?
Yeah.
When you gonna make an app, T?
I already have.
Oh shit. Let me find out. Damn.
No, just kidding. I don't have an app yet, but maybe one day.
Oh wait, I will say, for those that are interested, one of my friends, in my client, he has an app and it's called what's it called? My phone's dead. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. But anyways, the process is like you get it. It's a debit card, and it gives you points if you want it, and it also helps you build your credit. It like operates as a credit card in a way.
It gives you points if what?
If like the more money you spend, just like a credit card, like you get points and you can like buy stuff in their little shopping center. But it helps build your credit.
Oh, okay.
So they give you points,
and it's called Extra, but it's in the App Store.
I'm gonna have to check it out because you told me about it the other day and it sounds pretty cool. So essentially, you buy with the debit card, you get points, and you can buy shit in their store, but you also build your credit at the same time.
Yes.
That does actually sound pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Extra.
Extra.
Read all about it. Yo, that could be like the marketing right there.
I mean, cut the check.
Yo, damn.
I'm sure they probably already tried to do that.
Extra.
I'm sure
Read
they probably
all about it.
There's definitely no way they didn't already think of that.
There's
no way they didn't think of it. If they didn't think of that, I'd have been a surprise. Like, y'all really didn't think of this? Y'all really let this nigga come in with this idea?
Yo, next time you see me, I'm like a millionaire.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all niggas really didn't think about extra, read all about it?
Yo, how'd you make your money? Yo, extra, read all about it?
That's me. That's all me right there. That's all. That's all me. That's all my shit right there. Extra, read all about it? Ooh, that's all me. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of EOD. It is your boy Sin Supreme.
Hey.
Sin Exclusive.
It's your boy Terrence.
TTT will exclusive.
And me, Kristen Elizabeth.
Yeah, thank
And
ya.
stay tuned next week because we got some guests coming through.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a good vibe.
Of course. It's the EOD podcast, motherfuckers.
Hey.
We'll see you guys later.
Stay tuned. We out.